let's talk about them. In the immune dysfunction portion of the holonomics course, we talk about how the body has disease states, but also dysfunctional states in the immune system. You have two types of immunity. You have T cells, which provide cellular immunity, and that's what goes wrong when patients get infected with the virus of HIV. It infects one of the T cell lines, and they lose the ability to have T cell function. And T cells are the parts of your white blood cell system that eat things and phagocytize them. And what happens after they bring them inside the white cells is that the poisons in them are processed internally. You can do things to help that process. The other type of immunity that can go sideways, though, is called humoral immunity. And believe it or not, the cellular immunity portion of the immune system is only 20%. The other 80% is the antibody system. And the antibodies are made by the gut, because its function is to screen molecules entering the body, and this is where the antibody system tags the molecules as safe to let in or not. And it's dysfunctions in the antibody system that produce what we call vascular diseases. Every day your body makes microemboli in the form of immune complexes as you absorb food and other things from your gut, and they come into your system. Your body tags these with molecules, and they precipitate so that the T cells can eat them and remove them from the system. And this is an important part of our immune system that doesn't get talked about much in traditional medicine. You make 80% of the histamine in your body. We do a lot about histamines and antihistamines in medicine. But do you know that 80% of the histamine that the body produces is in the last 5 inches of the terminal ileum and the first 5 inches of the colon? And that's because that's where the body is being penetrated and where this antibody system is working to allow things to come in or out. It's also the most alkaline place in the gut, which means that it's also the place in the gut where acidophilus dies first. And understanding the role that the bowel flora and the antibody system play in creating what we call autoimmune diseases is a core principle in holonomic approaches to immune dysfunction. Because when you're seeking reversibility in the antibody system, you have to figure out what is evoking antibodies in the first place. So the concept of immune dysfunction and reversibility in the context of things like autoimmune diseases and the surge of autoimmune diseases that we're seeing today, as well as autism and spectrum disorder, which are all linked to this process of immune activation in the antibody system, is something that is not currently even talked about much in medicine. We're seeing awareness of bowel flora. You can watch television and there are ads for probiotics all over the place, and yet the whole effect of the gut flora on our immune systems and its importance in physical diagnosis as well as in physical treatment of the patient is not yet taken into account in medicine.